Welcome back. Episode 435 of the Gratu Orloff television program, brought to you live in color by satellite by the Gratu Orloff Inspirational Network. We're once again up here on floor 7, room 2 of the Gratu Orloff International Building of Trade. And this is the screening room, the theater room here in the Gratu Orloff organization, where we've screened many a fine film. And today I'm up here organizing comic books on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. And just thought I'd bring you guys along with me, all 0 of you. So tomorrow will be a cool day, 4 o'clock p.m. Central Time. We'll have special guest Milton Knight. The first time we've had a celebrity here on the Gratu Orloff Show. And then Saturday night, we'll have Lance Jones of Guandanaland Comics coming in. Let's see, Zombo the Judge says, Happy Sunday, Gratu. Yes. Happy Sabbath to you as well. So, okay, yes, Guandanaland, that has thousands of books. Guandanaland Books puts out about 3 books a day, and that's not hyperbole, folks. Stereo radio. What shall we do now? We've got comics we have to file. Let's see what we've got here. Ooh, that's a cool back cover. What do you think? Okay. About this. Yes. All right. Well, this is the box that starts with Korak, son of Tarzan. If you've never read an Edgar Rice Burroughs novel, you really should be doing that. We have 3 people viewing. Let's see. Oh, Gold Key Geezer's here, and Meyer Greenblatt says greetings. Yeah, I liked that your latest video. I watched it this morning, Meyer, and Gold Key Geezer's new YouTube page is going great. Lots of cool stuff there. Anyway, so I've got this copy of Leave It to Beaver that I need to file in. Oh, look at that. There's a price on the back. It seems to say $2. At some point, this comic must have been sold for that amount. Huh. They're not following CDC guidelines, I'll have you know. Zombo says, Herb is Edgar Rice Burroughs still really holds up, dialogue and everything. Hello, says Christopher Schneider. Yes, hello. Look at Hugh Beaumont there. How old was Hugh Beaumont when he filmed Leave It to Beaver? I'm going to research this. Hugh Beaumont. No, hey, why research it when I've got this magical little walkie-talkie that tracks my movements at all times and listens to me? Hey Siri, what year was Hugh Beaumont born?
Hugh Beaumont was born February 16th, 1909.
Holy shit. So, 9 to 19, 19 to 29, 29 to 39, 39 to 49, 49 to 59. He was about 50, in his early 50s when he made Leave It to Beaver, all right? Early to mid 50s. Hey Siri, when was Barbara Billingsley born?
Barbara Billingsley was born December 22nd, 1915.
1915. Okay. So she was in her 40s. Interesting. It's weird when you know you're older than than Beaver Cleaver's parents. Let's see what people are saying. Gondonaland has a Leave It to Beaver compilation. Yeah, they've got just about everything. The Barsoom series, especially, says Gold Key Geezer. Yeah, no kidding. Especially the first three. Whoa, he was in his 50s. Yeah. There's an episode where Beaver wants to go to a drive-in movie or some horror show with like a zombie movie, and his mom does not want him to go to see these movies, and Ward says, "But June, when I was a kid, I had a subscription to Weird Tales magazine." So that's interesting that Beaver Cleaver's dad once read H.P. Lovecraft stories. So you'll have to trust me on that. Yes, Gondonaland is a very impressive organization. Yeah. Leave It to Beaver. Okay, I know I should bag and board it, but I don't have any bags and boards. But I will get them soon. Actually, I get paid tonight at midnight. So that will be wonderful when it's my monthly retirement annuity from being a retired teacher. Leave It to Beaver would go after a laugh, and before a Life with Archie. Oh, this is a wonderful Life with Archie cover where they're basically meeting the Munsters, although an unauthorized Munsters. Okay. Laugh, leave, life. Laugh, leave, life. When you're sorting comics, you can come up with great beatnik poetry randomly. Laugh, leave, life. Far out, man. Where's that guy come up with that crazy rhyme scheme? Here's Little Abner. Complete story in this issue. Fearless Fosdick battles any face. Wonderful. Lil. It goes before little. Lil. Lil goes before little Archie. Meyer said that was a great show. All you need is a bongo. Yep. Oh, here's little Archie. I need to file. I showed this to you recently. I got it because of this crazy collection of superheroes. So we have 4 people watching. So you guys gonna be here tomorrow at 4 for Milton Night? Oh, look at that, man! Isn't that fantastic? The strangest creature in the world. You must be insane to come up with that, Gratu, like Ditko and Poe. Yes. Yeah. Wow, I wish I'm waiting for more Todd to email me back on when would be a good time to do an interview. I guess he's real busy. Let's see. Ratu, do you have any little Macs? Says Gold Key Geezer. And I'm going to try to make it. Depends on the work. Well, it'll be archived if you miss it. Do I have any little Macs? Well, I've got my Silver Age and back separated from my Bronze Age. Little Macs, I don't. Let me see if I've got any. I don't think I do, honestly. Okay, this is the 40th issue of Little Archie Giant. Okay, so I already had the 36th issue. And so 36, 40. Okay, let's look at all my little comics. Won't be home until 5 o'clock Ohio time. I'll try to be there. Is Ohio Central time? I don't know. Yes, I should be here for tomorrow's show. And God Tank is here. What is he saying? Hello, Dr. O. Have you read Afterlife with Archie? It's pretty good. It's like Riverdale overrun with zombies. Great covers also. I've seen it, but I didn't know it was good. I don't know. I've seen all these new modern Archie comics on the stands, and I wasn't really sure what to make of them. Here's Little Audrey and Melvin. I think most of my stuff is probably going to be in the Bronze Age boxes. Here's one of my favorite little dot covers. I need to get more Silver Age Harvey stuff. There's Little Dot in Dotland. See, even her fingerprint is made up of dots. Oh, here's the John F. Kennedy cover of Little Dot. Look at this smiling JFK there. He really looks a little scary when you get it blown up, right? It looks that smile like Dr. Sardonicus or Mr. Sardonicus. I'm sorry, he wasn't a doctor. Okay, Little Lulu. I just figured the new Archie comics were like that Riverdale TV show where Archie sleeps with his teacher, Miss Grundy, and like real kind of needlessly adult, like in Sabrina, worshiping Satan and all that. Here's Little Lulu, Halloween fun. Gold Key Geezer says Afterlife with Archie was a great series, but it never continued. Or Chowda. Help me with what does that mean, Meyer? Okay, well, I go to Little Monsters, so that must mean I don't have any Little Max. Does Guandanaland have a Little Max book or two? Because that might be a more affordable alternative. Oh, here's a Little Audrey I need to put into the box. But in order to fit these in, I had to move a bunch of Metal Men out of this box, which means I've got to move those Metal Men books into box 7. So I've got to go get box 7 from the other room. Little Audrey. Yeah. This is one of those purple covers where the number is hard to read, 71. Yeah. Oh, it's my JFK impression. No worries on Little Max. Yeah, well, I think Little Max is that little guy with the little hat, right? Doesn't he have like a hat like Jughead, as I recall? This is cool. Look at that. The Slippery Kid. The art is really just wonderful in these Harvey comics. These are just a pure joy. But hardly any comic book store has them, and because no one collects them, and I do, but I don't see them that often. So therefore, so this is 71. That's 42, where she's a mermaid. So I think 71 comes after 42. I wasn't good in math, but um, Massachusetts dialogue for chowder. LOL. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever had chowder, but right now I'm starving. I'd probably eat just about anything. Little Audrey, TV fun time. Amazing. Milton Knight, the first professional job he had when he was in high school was writing some stories for Richie Rich, but he drew them out. He blocked them out, storyboarded them. So I'm not sure what issues those are that he did. Maybe one of you knows or can research that. Okay. Little Lulu. Little Audrey comes before little Lulu. Little Archie, little Archie, little Archie, little Audrey. Little Audrey and Melvin. Little Audrey. Playful little Audrey. That's actually... See, I'm wrong. Because I'm not thinking. This is little Audrey and Melvin. But this is little Audrey. So I put little Audrey first, followed by all the spin-off titles. This is because Harvey was like 1980s X-Men. They had so many different titles. It would be a real challenge to try to collect all the Harvey comics. Let's see what people are up to here. Gold Key Geezer says he was Joe Palooka's little red-haired buddy. Never spoke, only thought bubbles. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. That's right. God Tank says, yeah, they're about to release a new Sabrina series, and on the front cover on the TV is Afterlife with Archie, so hopefully it will be back soon. God Tank says, it's been years since an issue was released. Yeah. Here's little Dotland. Where you can get a Frontier cabin for $1. Outstanding. Okay, little Dotland. I think I need to freeze some more books out of this box. So now I've pulled out all the way to Melvin the Monster. Has Gwendolyn done Melvin the Monster? Oh, and this is something I need to see if Gwendolyn's done, because I love the art. Maisie. I just love that artwork. It doesn't look like a complete Archie knockoff like a lot of the Archie knockoffs did. It has its own distinctive style. So Maisie, Melvin the Monster. I got a bunch of Melvin the Monsters, and then Meryl's Marauders, and Metal Men. But I definitely have to go find the next box to put all these comics in. Okay. There's a shortage of bags and boards. They're starting to get hard for comic stores to get in stock. And so they're starting to raise the distributors are starting to raise their prices. It's just all part of the whole supply chain problem. I heard there was a big problem in supermarkets, although we went to a supermarket last night and they had so much. They had like this meat, and if you bought one, you could get three for the price of one. It's like there was a lot of. I didn't see the shortages yet. Cross my fingers in the stores, but they say it's really hard to get any vehicles now, any new cars, because parts are not coming from China. And I've always said, you can't, you need to produce parts and things internally in your own country. You send them all over to any foreign country for whatever, just to make more money. Eventually some problem's going to happen. Everything used to be made in the USA not that many decades ago. There's a great little dot. I love that the logo, and got a monster. Just everything's wonderful. See, when this was on the newsstand, America was a better place. Little dot land. I'm gonna go see if there's any little dots at Duncanville Books tomorrow morning, or just not. I'm not gonna spend more than $30. I got to be real careful. Let's see what people are saying. I know, fingers crossed. I know that food is starting to get more expensive. I mean, there may not be a shortage, but the prices are going up. The prices of a dinner out like $3-4 more than they were. And what else? And the gas prices are outrageous. Gratu and Afterlife with Archie. The zombie apocalypse starts when Sabrina resurrects Hot Dog after he was hit by a car, sort of a monkey's paw thing. So maybe you wouldn't like it. I don't know. I mean, is it done in a? It's true they stopped producing Mylar bags. I don't know about that, but if they were made in China, that may be low priority right now. Let me look up Afterlife with Archie. A lot of it depends. If that storyline that you're telling me was done in the classic Archie style, I probably wouldn't mind it. But if it's done in this new style where everyone looks real, I see a lot of Archie comics that look like that. Let me share the screen. Yesterday, I was organizing the comics and counting the comics. My arm's starting to hurt me again. For New Comic Day, which is on Saturday the 14th. So you got to see a preview of what's coming out. Let's see. Afterlife with Archie. Okay. It doesn't really show me the internal art. Yeah, I've seen these comics. I think, yeah, it's done in a different style. What is that? Oh, that must be hot. Oh, that's Hot Dog. Okay. What is this? That must be Betty, and everyone else is a zombie. Oh, they have an exclusive variant just for Lone Star Comics, mycomicshop.com. Yeah, see, Archie's drawn to look like a real person and not in that style. I don't know. It's not really bad art. It's just, I guess these are supposed to be fantasy stories, or is this supposed to be actually canon to the Archie Comics. See, that's done in the more classic style, but it's a little racy for a Archie comic. Cover by Andrew Pepe. I don't know who owns the Archie company now, but they look at this. Yeah, they're always in their bra and panties, it seems like now. Okay. Oh, that looks pretty bad. Yeah, that looks like that shit. That's real bad art, whoever did that. Terrifying origin story of Josie and the Pussycats. What? I don't know. I'd have to. It's an it's an alternative reality. Well, I'd give it a chance. I guess it's just not anything I spent any money on. So, Little Lulu. Look, you can get free Acro pets with regular rolls of Scotch cellophane tape. Oh, you know what's cool at the supermarket? You're not gonna believe what I'm gonna tell you. Little Lulu. Okay, Little Lulu. Still 10 cents. 10 cents. So this is probably before the one that says still 10 cents. Okay, let me see if I can pull it up online. It's actually, you're not going to believe this. It's actually Dixie cups. They've put out a retro anniversary of their cups. Let me show you if I can find it. Where is it? Man, it's something like this, but not exactly. Let me share the screen. Chrome tab. It looks like this with that classic 70s looking thing, but it has, oh, it must be this one. No, yes, possibly. Yeah, but it was different. Maybe it is this. No, it's a little different. They have, like, in the package, they have the Dixie cups from different eras. So, like, that's from the 50s and that's from the 60s, 70s. But the one I saw at Tom Thumb, which is a local supermarket chain, had different designs. I'm looking at Target. They're called Dixie. What's the official name? Is it Throwback? Throwback pack. Okay, let me see if I can find the other one. Dixie Throwback pack. This science teacher at the school I used to teach at was cleaning out the closet in her science room. And in the back of the closet was a box of Dixie cups, old box from the 70s. And I said, "Oh, that's cool. Can I have that?" And she says, "Yeah, sure." And anyway, inside it were a bunch of Empire Strikes Back Dixie cups. This is the one I saw. This is see they just have a really cool designs. Yeah, see, I like that. Yeah, so there's apparently been two collections. The one that Target has, and this is the one that they had at the Tom Thumb. It's celebrating 100 years of germ prevention. Gee, let's see what's going on in the news. Fax payments, double hold. What? Scarlett Johansson sues Disney over Black Widow streaming release? What? She filed a lawsuit against Disney on Thursday, claiming that the studio breached her contract by releasing the Marvel movie Black Widow on Disney Plus at the same time it was released in theaters. The breach of contract lawsuit was filed in Los Angeles Superior Court and takes aim at a new phenomenon of the studio streaming wars, day and date releases in theaters and on the streaming platforms. The lawsuit claims that by steering audiences to Disney Plus, the media conglomerate wanted to grow its subscriber base and boost its stock price. Yet that was at the expense of Johansson, whose compensation would largely be based on box office receipts. Yes, according to the lawsuit, while she extracted a promise from Marvel that the release of Black Widow would be a theatrical release. Yeah, she's got a point there. Lawsuit also claims that Disney's financial disclosures made clear that the very Disney executives who orchestrated the strategy will personally benefit from their and Disney's misconduct, as it identifies Disney's CEO's Bob Chapek's equity grants totaling 3.8 times his $2.5 million base salary. In 2021, with the primary justification for that award being the launch of direct-to-consumer services. What a mess. I have a feeling she won't be playing Black Widow in the future, but she's dead, so does it, I haven't seen the Black Widow movie yet, but I think they've lined up a replacement in the movie. There's a Jungle Cruise movie. Camel toe has bad polls. People don't like Camel toe, Krakatoa. Let's see. What is that? Why am I getting this? I have an ad. I don't know why I have this. Let's see. Yeah, this Drudge Report is now communist. I go to this other website that looks like they made it to look like Drudge Report, but it's a little more honest. 27 back to Cuba. Can you imagine? Why would you kick people back to Cuba, except for the fact that most Cubans tend to vote conservative? And you would too if you'd been living in Cuba. Look at how they floated across. Holy smoke. And they get sent back. Yeah. Okay, we're here to look at comic books. Let's see if I still have any viewers. I get distracted about Dixie cups. Yeah, that's how my mind works. Ooh, that's what people are saying here in the chat room. It's great fun. The first trade paperback is cheap. Yeah, cheap sounds good. Maybe I'll try it. God Tank, that's back in the day when it was safe to drink out of the sink, LOL. Yeah, I'd just be getting them for decoration. Although, do I really need more decoration? Do I need to decorate with Dixie cups? I don't know. Meyer Greenblatt, I like that. I didn't know they still made Dixie cups. The name alone sounds pretty racist. Gotta run. Check the rest of the show out on the archive. Okay, bye all. Yeah, well, we got 7 people in the amazing audience here. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, Little Monsters. I'm filing Little Monsters, apparently, is what I'm doing. This is a great comic. Even though Gold Key had the Munsters in their lineup, they did this Munsters imitation. Okay, Little Monsters. Little Monsters. I'm just going to put him in. I'm not even going to look at the dates. I mean, I don't want to open it up to get the exact issue number. I'm just, as long as it's filed with the other little monsters. And this is a tremendous cover that should indeed be made into a poster and frame. Tomorrow I'll frame. Tomorrow I'll go to someplace and get a cheap frame because I got to frame this Graphic Man creation. If Richie Rich still existed, this is possibly what the comic would be like. So I've got to get that. Yeah, I was listening to Howler Mouse, and he was saying that he predicts in the future that there's going to be problems with people making bootleg slabs, and that'll become a problem when you're not sure if it's a real slab or some as the money gets big enough, which it is, some people will start cheating. Let's see, gotta run. Let's see. Myers says out here in the Chronicle, Willie Brown said that Kamala provided sexual favors to climb the ladder. Nobody cares. Yeah, everyone throughout the country knows. That's why they call her Heels Up Harris. D. Jones. Greetings, Orloff fans. Watching the stream from the 13th floor of the Citrus Arts and Industry Building. I didn't put a link if anyone wants to come on, because that might be fun to talk to someone. Because when you're starving to death, it's nice to talk to other people. I just need to get something to eat. But that doesn't. Okay, so there's a link now in the chat if you want to come on. And if you can think of some comics that Guandanaland hasn't done yet, then we need to. What were those comics that Tom Smith was showing? Those magazines? That was Charlton, and it was the 1950s. And they were really great. It was like From Here to Insanity and Crazy Man Crazy. If those don't have copyright notices on them, then that would make them public domain, and he could reprint those. And I really want to suggest that to him. Of course, he may have already done it, but I think maybe he needs to do more humor magazines, because I can't afford to buy those magazines. Of course, I need to have money to buy Guandanaland books too, but at least it's not as expensive as the real thing. That's a cool cover too. Look, the Lone Ranger. The fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo silver. The Lone Ranger rides again. Oh, look at that. Did you see that shitty Lone Ranger movie a few years ago with, what's his face? The guy that does drugs with Marilyn Manson. Fucking, what's his name? Fucking guy. Oh, man, that box is shitty. No, it isn't. What's his fucking name? Why am I drawing a blank on that idiot? The guy that played Ed Wood. Anyway, he played Tonto. What was his fucking name? I can't even remember. All I can think of was Willie Brown now. He wasn't Willie Brown. I'm glad I've forgotten his name. I used to think, wow, what a great actor. He only picks these really cool roles, these quirky roles, and Crybaby, Johnny Depp. Yeah, Johnny Depp. Why did I forget his name? It's just one of those things, man. All this Joe Biden dust floats all around the country every time he farts, man. Start breathing that stuff in. There's no way to get one of these to prevent it from infecting and rotting your brain. Yeah, Johnny Depp. Anyway, it was a shitty movie, but all of a sudden, in the last 30 minutes, the William Tell overture kicks in, and there's a scene on a train And it's all of a sudden for about 20, 30 minutes, it's all of a sudden as great as Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's like, why wasn't the rest of this movie like that? But unfortunately, it wasn't, because they have to make the Lone Ranger a stupid guy and Tonto the really smart one. Okay, so let's put this in there. Yeah. Where's my gosh darn telephone? Where is it? There it is. This says I have 6 people watching. Oh, we have 5 likes. No, I liked it. Now I have 6 likes. Amazing. So it should show there's 7 people watching now since I'm watching myself. Yeah, there it goes. It says 7 now. Wow, there's got to be more people than this tomorrow. You guys are going to embarrass me in front of Milton Knight. Major Impact, the Space Ace. Although I watched someone interviewing last night live, and there were 0 people watching, and I was like, and I saw the guy, like, his eyes light up because all of a sudden it showed 1. I was the one watching, and then I thought, I can't click off this because I'll make him feel bad. He'll go back to having no one watching his live stream. So he was interviewing like someone that was like a producer of the Turtles, the Turtles, the band in the 60s. And so we had to go eat at a Mexican restaurant. So I left it playing because I didn't want to like turn the TV off. And then all of a sudden, I went back to 0 viewers because it's kind of this is an advertising comic for something called In a Pack that no one's ever heard of. And this comic, you can get like, they made so many of this, you can get this for like nothing, probably less than $5, even though it's technically, golden or atomic age comic. It's cool looking, but it's worthless. Let's see, what are we talking about here? Are you still around the country? You can tell us what day consists of there. Let's see. I would come on, but I'm busy using my phone, expecting an important call. Yeah. Movie World says, howdy, Gratu. Hey, Movie World. Well, yesterday it consisted of breaking open boxes and with another employee sorting out all these comics that will be given out free on Free Comic Day and counting, making sure they've all been received. And but usually it consists of going through old boxes from the back room, and I'll show you how I do it. I mean, I'll do it for you right here in front of you. But let's see. Major Impact would go after Magnus Robot Fighter because, here's that book I was telling Graphic Man about. And he was like real excited and wanted me to come on that stream with the war comics that you were on, Meyer. Yeah, he did this. I've already got it like behind me. See that right behind my shoulder there, the combat comic. That was, shit. Everything's backwards. Okay, go. I can't. Anyway, trust me, it's there. I can't. Everything moves backwards on this fucking thing. Excuse my language. Anyway, he did a pastiche of a combat cover, and he has Sergeant Snorkel from Beetle Bailey about to impale the enemy with a bayonet. But this cover here from the Korean War is really cool. It'd be pretty good if you put like Beetle Bailey's head on that guy. But anyway, yeah, he's about to stick that right in his throat. Yeah, so that's Man Comics. Dangerous Mysteries, Breathless Suspense. It's issue 10, for those of you that care. Man Comics goes before Man from Uncle. Okay, all right, so let's say let's say I pull this comic out of a box. Now, some of these boxes, the cardboard is turned brown. As you, the bags are very much like this, all wavy. A lot of times, far worse, like turned yellow. And then you pull it off, and the tape has become this sticky molasses type of gunk that gets on your fingers. You have to, so it's then you toss the bag in the trash, and then you have a new bag and board ready to put the comic in. But first, these comics have been all put in the back room. Now you've got to price the comic. So I'll open this up and I'll show you how I do it. Okay, so let's say, and I don't find Silver Age comics hardly ever. I'm doing good to find a comic from the early 70s. The store opened in 79, so most of the comics are going to be from the late 70s, 80s, 90s is what I'm finding. And a lot of these boxes have been back there 20 years, so going through a lot of late 80s, early 90s comics, the New Universe and Alpha Flight and X Factor. But let's say I was to find this. Okay, so we've got Marvel Collector's Items Classics number 2 from 1966. So, so you look at the comic, it's not in great condition, but it's, together, it's a perfectly good reading copy. So, yeah, but you don't find many treasures. D. Jones says treasure hunting in old long boxes, and it can be it's rough. Well, maybe because I'm not in the best of shape, or just because I'm getting older than I really want to admit. But it really messes me up here because I'm constantly looking down at my phone to get prices. So. And then sometimes I have no idea what the price of something is. If it's from the 90s, I don't care about most of those comics from that time period. But anyway, this comic is not in the best of condition, but it's cool. It reprints the Fantastic Four number 3. It's just a neat thing. You've got Ditko, Spider-Man. So anyway, what I would normally do, let me share the screen with you here. Is I open up several windows on my phone. I open up a window to mycomicshop.com. I also have access to that Key Collector app. I've been given access to that. And that tells you, like today, the big news was that the release date of the Hawkeye TV show has come out, has been, revealed. So now all these idiots are going to get excited about Hawkeye. So, okay, and the Kate Bishop characters. So anyway, so we're here. So I think this is mycomicshop.com. Yeah, I like mycomicshop.com because their prices, most people consider them to be pretty fair. And so I'll just type it in. But looking down at a phone all the time can really do a number on your neck. And then the nerves in my neck affect the nerves in my arm. They've got almost every issue in stock. Okay, so issue 2. It's $33.50 in fine plus condition. And 6.5, $33.50. Yeah, but this comic isn't this comic's more of a 3, possibly, maybe even lower. But um, so I can price it, accordingly. Eh, shit, you know. So I'd come up with a price from there. Or what I could do, usually the comics aren't in that bad a condition. So usually most of the comics I'm pulling out, honestly, are in almost mint condition. So let's say I pulled out this Marvel Collector's Item Classics and it was in better than 6.5 condition. Then I would know that it would be slightly more than 33.50. I think I have more than one copy of this here. I thought I did. Hold on. And then if in a lot of cases mycomicshop.com doesn't have it, so then I would go to eBay and look at completed sales, and that gives you a really good sense of what the book's worth as well. Maybe I don't have 2 copies of that. Yeah, maybe I do. Here's issue 1. I didn't even know I had that. Issue 1, it looks like I paid $14 for it. It was on sale half price. Let's see. Oh, you can't even see. Let me stop up on this. Yeah, see, here's one I've got that's in much better condition. So this would probably be 33, about the same that as what they've got theirs priced at. Let's see what people are saying. Key Collector app is informative. Yeah, I don't use it that often, but I do like to look at it every few days to see, what comics to look for and things. Like, I looked it up, and apparently Major Impact of Space Age is done by legendary Golden Age artist Bob Powell. Yeah, it's great art. It's a great comic, but I think it's pretty inexpensive. Am I right on that? Digging for Venom and now Hawkeye. Yeah, Venom. Yeah, it's going to be a girl Hawkeye. Well, he's got a girl assistant. Apparently, that's from the comics. I don't know. Why don't you ever use Overstreet Guide to price back issues? I've always done that. I've always loved Overstreet. But if you look at Overstreet now, because of the pollution of variant covers, the print is so tiny and it's so confusing that it's better. mycomicshop.com has thumbnails that shows the cover. I gotta show you what I mean. I'll show you what I mean. Let's say let's say I find a copy of Red Sonja #1, okay, but not the Red Sonja #1 from the first one. It's the one with the brown cover from the early '80s. I'll show you see, that's the problem. When you're dealing with older comics, it's not a problem. When you're dealing with these newer comics with 30 different variant covers, it becomes a problem. Okay, so let's say I just type in Red Sonja 1. Okay, so I'm looking for the Marvel Red Sonja #1, but they had 2 series. So this is all this stuff from Dynamite. But see, Dynamite puts out 50 million covers for all these guys that just have to have every cover. So I'm going through but I'm doing it on a little tiny iPhone. So this is part of the reason I've got this neck ache. Okay, so you go through, and it's just like, how many issues of Red Sonja #1 are there? And I'm sure there's a better way I could type in written. There's 8 pages of Red Sonja #1s. So I continue to go. There's Red Sonja teamed up with Vampirella. Like that makes any damn sense. And you keep going. And then she's with Mars Attacks, all different variant covers of issue #1. Invincible Red Sonja. Oh, brother. And then they have these ones where they hire strippers for the covers, and some people have to get all these covers. Okay, we're ready for page 3. And so, I'm just about ready to give up. What the hell are they doing? Are they insane? And you just keep going while you curse inside your head at how all these variant covers and restarting series is destroying the hobby. It's not making it fun. Yeah, the Overstreet Guide was always my go-to. Okay, that's the real Red Sonja #1. That I have I have several copies of that. It's actually gone up pretty, well, I don't know. These are all consignment things, and people have it graded. 9.0, $115. I'm sure mine is up there near a 9.0. But I bought it, back at the time it came out. So I have a 25-cent investment in it. Okay, so I keep going, looking for the second Marvel Red Sonja. Yeah, this is really, actually, you're probably all yelling at me that this is the stupid way to do it, that I should have done it this way. Typed in Red Sonja and then look for the Marvel one. Ballad of Red Sonja, 45 RPM record. What? I want to see what this looks like. This must have been done in mail order. I have never seen this in my life. What? 45 RPM record featuring the Ballad of Red Sonja, sung by Mike and Sal Caputo, sung by nationally known singer Kurt Gresham to his own guitar accompaniment. Okay, we got to go to YouTube and see what this is. YouTube. Ballad. Oh, here it is.
Know also, O Prince, that in those self-same days that Conan the Cimmerian did stalk the Hyborian kingdoms.
Shit. Sorry.
One of the few swords were... Know also, O Prince, that in those self-same days that Conan the Cimmerian did stalk the Hyborian kingdoms. One of the few swords worthy to cross with his was that of Red Sonja, warrior woman out of majestic Hyrcania. Forced to flee her homeland because she had spurned the advances of a king, and suing instead. She rode west across the Turanian steppes and into the shadowed mists of legendary. A sword for hire in most ancient of lands, a beauty that fate would deny. Giving king of a barbarian.
Okay, now we know what it's like. Holy shit. Yeah, that was the 1970s. It reminds, well, I was going to compare it. There's a song that it reminds me of that's far superior, which is the theme from that Rankin Bass Hobbit, The Greatest Adventure. But yeah. Okay, so we're looking for Marvel. Yeah, okay, so Marvel first series. We want the second series. So where is that? Here it is. This is what I need. So then Yeah, that actually was a lot easier. But sometimes you don't have a choice in that, because you don't know what it is. So that's the one I'm looking for. And after going through all that, I go, oh, it's a $2 comic. But that's why there shouldn't be 8 pages of, or hundreds of Red Sonja #1 completely different comics. And let's say I type in Venom 1. Let's see. Oh, we have about 8 pages of Venom 1. And I can't sort them out by what I just did with Red Sonja because they're all from one company, Marvel. And it's just ridiculous. So I have to flip through looking for the right cover. And maybe this is the cover I'm looking for. But looking at the Overstreet price guide, I can't do it. I have to flip through pages after pages and to try to see the variant cover. It's really just ass backwards with this whole company. To admit, some of those recent Red Sonja cosplay covers are pretty nice. I like to write and scroll down to see the relevant date. Yeah, I probably should do that. It's just on the little phone, it's so hard to see. No, I was using an example. People were asking Dr. Silver Age how I look up prices when I find a comic at work, and I just pulled that example out of my head. When you have because I remember looking up Red Sonja #1 and the second series from the early 80s, and there were 8 pages. Each one had probably 50 covers on each page, 8 times 50, whatever that comes out to be. Because, it's horrible. I just don't like variant covers. That's not a good thing. Mainly what I'm doing right now, guys, is just trying to get some comics put into these older boxes. So here I have Mini Ghosts of Dr. Graves. So let's get that in the box. Yeah, I didn't know about that Red Sonja record. I guess they sold it at conventions, or maybe there was an ad somewhere in a comic for it. But it was sure Nobody Loves the Hulk by the Traits. That record delivered. Okay, so Man Comics, Man from Uncle, Mars Patrol. Minnie Goes Before Mars. Is Gwendolyn done Margie? Someone wrote all over her face. What did they write? I see. It's a girl named Marilyn Kelly that this book belonged to, and she was in love with someone named Clint, obviously, because she even writes his name there on her nose. Yeah, when girls are in love, they tend to write the guy's name over and over again, and sometimes they'll write their own name with that guy's last name after it over and over again, trying to dream about being married to them. I'm not trying to be sexist. I'm just stating a fact, what I've seen in real life. That's what I'll be doing a little bit, bagging, boarding, and sorting long boxes. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Oh, here's a bunch of wedding rings. It's like an early I wonder if Gwendolyn has done this. You know what I really want to know about, because it has a personal connection. My mother, when I would ask her, what comics did you ever read comics, Mom? And she'd say she liked Tilly the Toiler, right? So, I looked up Tilly the Toiler back when I was in the Overstreet Price Guide, which is what I would always do when I was a kid. I was obsessed with the Overstreet Guide and saw what it looked like. But my mom was always, when she was talking about girls doodling, whenever my mom was on the phone, she would always doodle a woman's face, the profile of a woman's face. I've told this story before, but anyway, and I realized that she was drawing the face of Tilly the Toiler. Every so often, I'll digging through everything, I'll find an old piece of paper my mom drew on. She passed away 20 years ago yesterday. Now this thing, I don't know about that. Okay, so this goes through Marvel Tales. Okay, so Marvel superheroes should be in here. Okay, what do we got here? There's Marvel Superheroes number 12 in The Coming of Captain Marvel. I hear my wife waking up downstairs. I need to go see how she's doing. Here's issue 14. There's a date stamp, this February 8th, 1968. The stamps are an issue. Some people really hate stamps on comics. Date stamps aren't a defect. I love date stamps. But these free comic book day books, people want to get early copies before the store stamps their name on it. And there's a space on all these free comics shop comics to stamp the store. And people prize the comics that don't have the stamps. But I'm thinking in a few decades from now, it'll be cool to know where that comic was given out. I think the stamps will become cool. People want to collect whole regions of comic stores, and maybe they want to collect every comic store in their state. Or I think it'll become interesting where that comic was given out. That's what I think. But who knows? Let's see what people are saying. A lot of people collect the date stamp books. Yeah, it's cool, especially if you find your birthday and the year. I think date stamps just adds to the history of where that comic's been. Okay, so here's something. The store that I'm at, the store owner, there's some comic. It's got a white cover, and Spider-Man's taking off his mask, and underneath is Miles Morales, right? And so that's apparently a very sought after, very super valuable comic, part of Ritual Wars or some kind of final countdown. It's some series, I don't know. But anyway, I guess it's the first appearance of Miles Morales, or maybe it's just cool that the way the cover reveals that it's not Spider-Man under the mask. I don't know. Something real valuable. Anyway, the store owner bought thousands of that issue, and for years on Free Comic Book Day, he was giving that comic out and stamping the store name on it. And apparently there's all these people on the internet in discussion groups. Who's this asshole store owner that ruined all these comics? And there's thousands, and there's still boxes. I think some of them got eaten by termites, but there's still it's not a rare comic. There's still tons of them out there, stamped and unstamped. So anyway, that's yeah. I don't know. To me, it's just it's interesting, especially old comic that has like D. Jones Drugstore on it, and so Wichita, Kansas. I think that's cool. Movie World says, draw two on my comic shop. You can pick a certain decade by clicking on the box that says date. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, if I'm just looking for that might help actually. Yeah, I know that actually. And I've done that. I've looked up, yeah, and you can actually look up comics that came out a certain month and year. But, and I'm just like, have an issue of Deadpool, and I don't know what, I guess I can open up the comic and see the date, but the print's small and my eyes aren't that great anymore. Or I could, um, yeah, sometimes you can just flip it over and there's an advertisement on the back. And you look at the date on the ad and it gives you. I was just trying to research a little bit about Heidi Saha, thinking she would be a great guest interview, but she is something of a mystery, apparently. No Wikipedia. Yeah, that's a kind of a creepy subject that I don't want to taint the memory of Forrest J. Ackerman with that memory of that. I kind of like that to be, I don't know, because, he put out a whole magazine about her and it just seemed a little creepy. All right. I think people are starting to care about the Black Knight because he's supposed to be in the Eternals or something. Yeah, I got to get boards for these. I got 2 copies of that. How about that? They're very valuable, aren't they? Oh, yes. Here's the first appearance of the Guardians of the Galaxy, which apparently someone sold at some long ago garage sale for 10 cents. Here's Kazar. Here's another copy of it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, because. Okay, here's 23. 24. But yeah, I don't know. Here's if you ever want to see Submariner, what he'd look like with a mustache. Now you know he'd look like that. It's 26. Okay, this is one it just reprints. Anyway, here I gotta get this issue of Phantom Eagle in there, and it's 16. This thing has gone through a fire, as you can see. There's a lot of comics that have gone through floods and fires that I have to deal with too. Okay, right before the Black Knight and after the Medusa issue. Okay, and then we've got Master Comics. You get a rocket ring. I got mermaid people in this comic. Okay, so Master Comics would not go in this box. Okay. I guess I'll take this box in the other room and bring in box 7.
Heavy grapes. Oklahoma hip.
All right, I'll be back momentarily. Yes.
Doodly-yapa-papa, zoink, zoink. Doodly-yapa-papa, zoink, zoink. One morning I was born on the planet Mars. I cast up a cradle and I shot through the stars and I landed on Earth with a solid bang. I'm the Fang. I'm the Fang. I'm the Fang. Now, it didn't take me long to get settled down, because when I dug the cool chicks in every town, I said, this is it, cat, let's get earthbound. I'm the Fang. I'm the Fang. I'm the Fang. I got a beep-up cap man, a real stingaree, and a solid gold keychain down to the knees and real nervous pegs with a crazy crease. I'm the Fang. The Fang. I'm the Fang. Man, I'm feeling just like a newborn colt. I'm going to hit these chicks with a Martian joke, because I'm a red-hot daddy with 1,000 volts. I'm the Fang. I'm the Fang. I'm the Fang. Now I meet this Earth cat and he says, hi, you all. Man, you're real nervous. You feel like a ball. I said, sure, Daddy. He said, let's find a hole. He didn't know I was the Fang. The Fang. The Fang. So we dug a cool hole and tried it on for size, and all the cats were jumping to a rock and roll cry, and every Belaruni chick just glued her eyes on the Fang. On the Fang. On the Fang. My feet started flashing like the noonday sun, and my blue suedes were hotter than a $2 gun, and the chicks all yelled, Daddy, oh, you're the one, you're the Fang. You must be the Fang. You're the Fang. Now, when I left that hall about 12 midnight, I was an outer space papa that was feeling right, because every chick in the house was mine on sight. Man, I'm the Fang. I'm the Fang. I'm the Fang. I ripped up my rod and I flashed into flight and I sped through the stars back to Mars, my delight. And I know those Earth chicks are dreaming tonight of the Fang, of the Fang, of the Fang.
So, sorry about that. It's hard to move long boxes when you're going through cramped spaces, and then there'll be a cat laying right where you need to walk, and you have to step gingerly around the cat who doesn't move. Yeah, long boxes. I see why everyone's switching over to short boxes. Let's see what people are talking about here. Paulo is here now. He says, hello, everyone. Did he go to room? I went to room 1 to take box 6 to room 1. And then I went to room 3 to get box 7. And then I brought box 7 here to room 2, the theater room. Hello, Paulo. And D. Jones says, whoo. And then Meyer Greenblatt says, hi, Paulo. And D. Jones says, hi. And Dr. Silverage says, hey there, Paulo. People are very polite here in the Gratu Orloff Color Network. Brought to you in color. Every episode has been in color ever since we started, way back in 1964. He's walking the vast halls of the International Building of Trade right now. That is right. You saw the outside of the building yesterday in that commercial. Ham's good beer. I don't think people consider it to be good beer, but I love the commercials, those old commercials. All right. I can't tell the difference between good and bad beer. I'm not a... I need to ever... This clock radio makes sound effects. Right now it's on waves crashing on the shore. Let's go to jungle noises. Okay. So now I have to take books out of the back of this box in order to put books that came out of the last box and the box before into this box in the front. So we'll take out Special Marvel Edition through Spoof and set that right here. While you guys laugh at the paltry comic collection that I have. Or at least I got some of these signs that they used to sell at Lone Star Comics back in the old days for, this is section for showcase. These are what they used to use in the store, and they would sell them to customers, these special made signs that were really cool back decades ago. I'm sure people can do much cooler things now with their computers. All right, I think that might be enough room to fit a few more comics in the front of this. Paula says the best beer is cheap beer. In Portugal, we have $1 beers. Although I did develop a liking to wheat beer from my visits to Germany. Yeah, I lived in Germany, but I was only age 5 through 7, so I didn't really taste a lot of the beer. Or any of it, actually. It's fucking hot up. It's freaking hot up here. Excuse my French. I'm looking for something. Trust me. Which are my friend. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Okay, this box goes from Metamorpho through Sheena Jungle Queen 3D. Hold on, let me get some more. Comics need to go in this box. So I missed out on Oktoberfest. Yes. Love Metamorpho. I favored beer from the UK while stationed overseas. There's a lot of veterans that watch this channel, I'm noticing. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna pull some more books out of there. So, what else has been going on? This is the box that has my beloved Not Brand Eck collection in it. I really have a pathetic amount of older comics. So. Okay, so I've got these Metal Men comics, and then these Metal Men comics that I had to, here they are, that I pulled from the other box. They go in here. Metal Men is a great comic. Metal Men. Okay. Then we move to Metamorpho. Okay. So. What is going on here? Okay. I'm actually getting a lot of work done. We only have 5 people watching. I'm not being entertaining enough. What a tragedy. Shit. Okay. So we have this, The Mighty Crusaders, Origin of the Shield. This great Frankenstein poster on the back. This is an Archie comic. Let's see what people are saying. Metal Men, another Silver Age fave. I like the Brave and the Bold from that era. Okay, so Mighty Crusaders goes in the box. Before the Munsters, before Millie the Model. Mighty Marvel Western. Mighty Crusaders would be before Mighty Marvel Western. Mighty Hercules. C is before H, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll put Mighty Crusaders there. Then we have Mighty Heroes. Mighty Heroes would be after Mighty Hercules, but before Mighty Marvel Western. Then we have Mighty Mouse. Oh, and it's got Tom Terrific on the back. Okay, so Mighty Mouse. That Mighty Hercules is on my hunt list. Hold on, let me put this in here. Mighty Mouse. Mighty Crusaders, Mighty Hercules, Mighty Heroes, Mighty Marvel Western, Mighty Mouse, Millie. I'm not sure how many issues they put out of the Mighty Hercules, but I've got 2 of them. There's this one that I just showed you, and they have the cover on the back. And then There's this one. You can really see how close he is to being Superman. Just a little bit of an exaggerated curl there. Here's another Mighty Mouse. And it's got the Mighty Heroes in it, too. Mighty Mouse, Mighty Heroes. Oh, boy. We got a Mighty Samson. Post-apocalyptic stuff that I think Gold Key Geezer had to leave. So he'll see it later. People are still working. Well, depending on where you're at, what time zone, I guess. Shit. That's not good. That's better. Shit. Fucking beat up copy of Mr. Miracle number 5. Blood Paint says Hercules Unbound by DC is a good book, underrated wood art. That's true. And Roger Silverage says I love that cartoon as well. Mr. Miracle. Probably most people consider this Bronze Age, but I consider it Silver Age until DC stopped doing the 52-page, 25-cent ones. When they went to 20 cents, that's when I consider the Bronze Age starting. It's just because it's very easy to spot, and that's just how I do my story. Mighty Mouse, Millie the Model, Millie the Lovable Monster, Mr. Ed. Mr. Miracle is after Mr. Ed. Then you got Movie Classic with Around the World Under the Sea. Oh, another Mr. Miracle. Number 6. Another one. Number 7. There's number 8. Okay, here's a bunch of Mighty Samson. Oh, that should be. Here's a Mighty Samson. Mighty Samson. Mighty Miracle. I'm sorry, Mr. Miracle. No, Mighty Samson is before Mr. Mighty Mouse. Mighty Samson. Mod Squad. So, Mod Squad is after Mod Squad is before Movie Classic. Mutiny on the Bounty, which actually maybe called Movie Comics, or maybe it's 4-color. No, it's just called Mutiny on the Bounty. I'll put it under M. Mutiny on the Bounty is after Munsters and before My Secret Life. Nancy and Sluggo. So you're learning the alphabet today, guys. That goes before Neutro. Oh, another Nancy and Sluggo. New Terry Tunes featuring Deputy Dog. Okay, Neutro, New Gods, New Terry Towns, Nick Fury. Okay, that goes there. Our Army at War, featuring Sergeant Rock. There's Our Fighting Forces. Outer Limits. Our Fighting Forces. Our Army at War is before Our Fighting Forces. Our Army at War, 198. This is 214. It's after that. PEP. Phantom Stranger, Peter Little Pass. There's PEP. PEP 188. This is 166. 174. 167. 166. The Phantom. Peter Cannon Thunderbolt. The Phantom. That's a King Features Phantom. This is Gold Key Phantom. I'll put it after King. Pink Panther. This is my childhood copy. So this is probably one of my oldest comics that I've got. There's Real Screen Comics. P is before R. PQR, right? This is a famous cover. Picture Parade. Picture Parade. Pink Panther. Planet Comics. It's like the Dave Stevens cover is. That's where he learned to draw. Look at this 60s Plastic Man before it went to DC. Here's a Dell 10-cent Popeye. Popeye goes after Pep, after Peter Cannon, after Phantom, after Pink Panther, after Planet Comics, after Plastic Man, Porky Pig. Popeye P goes before R. Oh, we've got a ton of Popeyes here. Let's see what people are saying here. Paula says, Mr. Miracle got weird after that other Fourth World books were canceled. I actually like your distinction of when the Bronze Age started. I think I may adopt that thinking as well. It just makes it easy. When things became 20 cents for Marvel and DC, that's when I consider the Bronze Age. 12 and 15 cents is silver. Comics historian Jamie Coville used to divide the ages according to the CCA. So according to him, the Bronze Age started with the 1971 update that allowed horror books and drug use. That's approximately where I'm doing it. Oh, I'll be back. Got to relocate to the clubhouse. And then Fonzie thumbs up. And I think Overstreet used to use Conan #1 as the beginning of Bronze Age. Yes, that is true. And that's about where I'm at. I just but Conan, I believe, was 15 cents. There's these Popeye comics that were used in classrooms. Got some of these. I like a ton of them, actually. Yeah, just a lot of them. Environmental careers, that's all we're going to be hearing about for the next year is global warming. That's their new push. Right after they finished demonizing, well, the push last summer was to divide the races. Now they're trying to create hatred towards people that haven't yet had this done. They're trying to create a division between those people. It's like you're going to have to put those things back on because it's all their fault because they haven't been doing the right thing. And it's like, I don't want to put that back on. I hate those people, those Christians or whatever. So that's the new thing. And then when they finish creating that problem, then they're going to move into global warming. That's already the plan. The media already has ready to go. Okay. So, just so you know, you heard it here first. Okay, so sad sack goes over here. Shit. Okay, so the purple claw, she tortures her victims in a web of horror. Yeah. So Phantom Stranger, Planet, Popeye, Real Screen Comics. Okay, Purple Claw goes after Porky Pig. And before Rat Patrol. Here's Racket Squad. Oh, look at that. That's what they call a headlight cover. Racket Squad goes before Rat Patrol. Real Clue Crime Stories goes after Rat Patrol. Real Screen Comics Real Clue goes before Real Screen. Oh, a Richie Rich comic. Excellent. Real Screen. There's Richie Rich. Reggie and Me. This is Richie Rich 97. This is Richie Rich number. Man, again, it's a purple cover. I can't read that number. Help me with it, guys. What does that say? 70 something? 71? Is that what that says? I think that's a 71. So that would be before 97. Oh. Lead paint says Rat Patrol. And here's 79. Oh, here's Rudy Kazootie. Rudy Kazootie goes over here after Ringo Kid. Whew, my gosh. Oh, I have two Rudy Kazooties. This is Sad Sack. Oh, look at the date stamp at the top. February 20th, 1957. This is Sad Sack number 69. Sad Sack. I think that says 189. And I've got a whole bunch of other Sad Sacks I need to put in here. Is there ever a comic based on the Combat TV show? I'm not sure. Sad Sack with Mutsy, the talking dog. Oh, here's a childhood copy, a Whitman variant of Scamp. Yeah, this is from my childhood, Scamp. You know who also is a big fan of Scamp? James Gunn. I've heard him talk about Scamp in interviews. Here's one of those great covers that it's kind of done with that wash. This is just great. This cover is for Sea Devils. Shit. Secret Agent. So, Charlton Count. I think I need to get this comic from over here. Ringo Kid. Ringo Kid should go after Richie Rich and before Sad Sack. As should Rip Hunter Time Master. Do I own any original comic art? Apologies if you already talked about it in the past. Just some art by Xeno. His name is spelled XNO. Not much. I had a piece by Bill Ward that was very family unfriendly from his later period when it was more, his artwork was not just cutesy but more dirty. And I don't have that anymore, unfortunately. So, no, I don't have much original art. I always, this is a great cover. That's always been something I never really thought about. This old friend of mine that I always talk about that went to Hollywood and everything. Well, he had bought an entire EC horror story, and he had it at my house for a while. Just he sold it on eBay for a lot of money. But for a little while, I actually held in my hand. Forget what story it was. It was from Vault of Horror. Sea Devils had some great covers. Never read one. Yeah, I think that's how most people are. They remember the covers, and that's about it. Here's more Ripley's, believe it or not. I think I'll just take these sad sacks out and I'll put them over there with those sad sacks. Because I've got some sad sacks in the other room I got to bring in here too to organize. And then Scamp would go before Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, before Secret Romance, before Science Comic, Science, Scamp, Science. Oh, here's more Sea Devils. Okay. Wait. Rudy Kazudi should go in here. Because we're in the R's. Ripley, Rudy. Rudy Kazudi. Mighty Samson needs to go in here. Got a shitload of sad sacks, though, man. Mighty Heroes from Mighty Samson. I've got a bunch of Mighty Samsons. Where are they? I bet they're in that box there. I really need to be pulling those out. Let me move these Super 8 films. I was showing these the other night. Oh, Tom Smith is here. It's great. Brought to our love. Sad Sax. Tom Smith in the house. Yes. Yeah, I'm organizing Sad Sax. You must have sensed it psychically. This is all. I know it isn't. Some of this is so rage. Electrosassin. Oh, this needs to go on a bookshelf. This Tomb of Dracula book. Yeah. I guess I've run out of bookshelves. Where are the other damn comics? Maybe they're under this computer. Let me see if that's the case. Oh, those are magazines. Oh. Hold on a moment. Oh, man. Sergeant Fury, the Shadow. Sheena. Okay. Secret Agent. How am I going to do this? Oh, I see what I can do. Let's see. I was ready to see the front of the building yesterday. I have a psychic link with Sad Sack covers. Did you check out the video of the comic story? Go to Downtown Grotto. I gave you a link on. Yeah, I saw that this morning. I haven't looked at it yet. I'm going to. But yeah, that's on my plan. Oh, that hurt. Oh, fucking shit. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Man down. Eyelid paint. Just realized you were talking to me. Yes. 11 viewers. I have to be more entertaining. I have to convince myself to be more entertaining. Oh, crap. How am I going to do this? No. Okay. So, I hope you're all right, Gratu. I have to go and eat. Don't worry. This is a good, relaxing video. I actually like it a lot. Okay. All right. So, let's get these comics in here. Secret Agent. I'm starting a new box in between here. Here's Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos 3. Number 4. I did not pay that price. Trust me. Here's 53. There's 26. These don't seem to be in the right order. 44. I've had this one a long time. 44. 51. The bookstore where I bought this is now an ice cream shop. Joe Biden would love it. They have Chaka Chip, his favorite. It causes him to poop his pants. But don't worry, they wiped my butt. They wiped my butt. They wiped my butt. You heard that? That was brilliant. 52. You know that the Queen of England does not wipe her own butt? You can look it up. There's actually someone that does that for her. How about that? You learn a lot of things here on the Gratu Orloff Network. 52. I'll have 2 copies of that one. Here's 63. 63. 63. 63. 63. 63. 68. 68. Take me home. 68. 69. Oh boy. 69. Dr. Surage is back. What did I miss? Just me being in agony, moving boxes. Everything, Dr. Sorry. Nice Sergeant Fury's LP, LOL. What does LP mean? Long play. Imagine having that job. What job? Being a sergeant? I don't understand what people are saying. It's above my head. Here's 72. 69, 72. 90. 90 goes after 72. Okay, then we got some of these. This was D-Day. Number 2, this is annual number 2. And what do they call it? Special. Number 4 from another year. I put those at the end. Some people like to put them in between issues that they actually came out in between, which is Queen's Ass Wiper. Yeah. Old people are talking about that. That's a long playing LOL, Doctor. Long playing LOL. Wow. You guys know all the jargon. 83. 87. 87. Oh, more specials. Oh, there's another copy of number 4. So I keep buying the same stuff over and over again because I'm an idiot. Number 5. Oh, the Desert Fox. Rommel was actually really cool if you study Rommel. He rebelled against Hitler and was an amazing general. That's why Patton treated him with respect. Actually, LP just referred to lead paint, LOL. Oh, okay. Right. Another one. Armageddon. There he is in Vietnam. Followed by The Shadow. Someone was talking about this the other night. I think it was Graphic Man. Tom Smith, I've been wondering if you were familiar with the independent comic book from the 80s, Boris the Bear. Oh, yeah. Tom Smith was showing that off a couple of weeks ago. He was like, he's really into it. The Shadow. See, they try to make the Shadow into a costume superhero. They didn't know what to do with the property. All right. Here's a Sheena. And Jambo Comics, if you're watching this, I'm gradually transferring all those VHS cassettes, and I'll get your DVDs in the mail before too long. I've run out of DVD-Rs, so but I get paid tonight, so I'll be able to get some more. Yeah. Sheena. Okay. And my divider for Showcase. This was. He was showing it. I can't believe I missed. No, I don't have any Boris the Bears. He was just asking you if you knew about Boris the Bear. And it's like I said, does he know about Boris the Bear? That's what it is. He was showing that off a few weeks ago, maybe about a month ago. I don't remember. Showcase with Tommy Tomorrow of the Planeteers. I don't have that many showcases. Here's I Spy, but before the TV show. I'm not really sure what the deal was, whether the TV show was partly inspired by this comic title, like Lost in Space with Space Family Robinson. I don't know. Here's Maniacs. The Maniacs. Inferior 5. Here's the Spectre, issue 60. Oh, I gotta seal this. It's the Creeper. We still have 10 people watching. Here's Manhunter 2070. We're about at the end of the showcase run. They brought Showcase back in the late 70s and brought the Doom Patrol back, I think, in the first issue of that. Here's Silver Surfer number 7. All these bags, I never sealed them, so I'm sealing them now. Here's number 8. Number 9. Which episode of the Garage Tour Love should Tom show Boris the Bear in? Tom might know better than me. It's one of those. There were a couple of shows, maybe just one, where he showed the black and white independent comics of the late 80s. I could probably find it, but I can't find it now. But I could go back through it. I bet Tom will find it. It wasn't one of the ones where Tom was showing humor magazines. It was where he was showing the independent magazines, which I guess in theory would be called humor magazines if some of them aren't very funny. But no offense. Smokey the Bear, Nature Stories. Oh, that should do with the. Where's the other Smokey the Bear? Oh well. Snagglepuss. These are all comics that have been knocked out of other boxes because as I keep putting books in, more and more comics build up that need to be put somewhere, and then I wind up with a whole nother box in between. So I might have box 7 and 8, and I might have a box 7.5 or 7.5 in between. I may have to do that. Space Adventures. There's Special Marvel Edition with Thor reprints. That is a good Snagglepuss cover, yeah. There's the Spectre. Speedy Rabbit. Now that's cool. The Spirit. This is when Harvey brought the Spirit back. Beautiful cover. Harvey. And Spoof number 1. Dark Shadows, Mod Squad, and a movie called Marooned that no one remembers. That they used to show like as the 9 o'clock movie on independent channel here locally all the time. But anyway, so whatever, dude. Then we have a bunch of sad sacks. What? Well, let me see what's in this box. Oh, and then I left this Sergeant Fury out. This cover. Okay. Let's see what's in this box. crap. This is where all the Mighty Samsons were. Oh, this is all Bronze Age. No, it isn't. What letters am I looking? Oh, shit. I can't even get that radio to stop. Okay. All right. Oh, they're over there. That's where they are. Hold on. Let's see. I got a message here. Let's see what's going on. Okay, I got a message from Mort Todd. He says, got to apologize immensely for not responding. Besides the traumatic move and barely unpacking, I have deadlines of the wazoo that I've been working on and not on Facebook. Once the radioactive dust settles, we'll make it happen. So Mort Todd is still coming, but we'll have to wait a little bit on Mort Todd. But tomorrow we'll have Milton Knight and Gwendolyn Land books on Saturday. So let me get these other books. Okay. One moment. Okay. Sorry, I don't want to do this in a half-assed way, so I have to organize, get everything together. I showed you this Daniel Boone. Man, this light sucks because of the way I've got everything. There's a Sergeant Fury that I didn't put in. Okay, and these are a bunch of sad sacks, so they go over here. Okay, let's get this Sergeant Fury. And this is issue 30. He's always winding up in prison camps, isn't he? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Sad Sack goes before Sergeant Fury and before Secret Agent. Okay. So that makes sense. So, Sad Sack number 174. You can't see a damn thing. 174. GI Juniors, I think I showed you all these last week. But this is 163, 174. Sad Sack's Laugh Special. Sad Sack, okay. Laugh Special. God, that shut off finally. 182. Goes before 183. This Sad Sack is 167. '62, 167. This has got a 1957 date stamp. We already saw that. Hold on, there's some more messages. It's a good Snagglepuss cover. It's in the new back issue magazine. Movie World says, to another great person for you to interview would be Michael Urie, who's the author of Hero a Go-Go and the editor of Back Issue and Retro Fan magazines. Oh, yeah, that would be. Yeah. He's probably on Facebook. I could probably contact him somehow. It's another Laugh Special, 54. Yeah, that's a good idea. This is, what is the number on that? Can you guys read it? What does that say? 189. I'm using the camera as a magnifying glass now. Okay, we just saw the Mutsy the talking dog thing. Let's put that after a Laugh Special. Okay, here's some more Sad Sacks. This is Sad Sack 109. This is a much earlier issue. It's 10 cents. A 109. Okay, and I have a 60. That one that was from 57 was 69. This hi-fi tweeter guy is cool. I need to get more of him. I actually have 2 copies of this hi-fi tweeter issue. Sad Sack's Funny Friends is what this title's called. Sad Sack and the Sarge. Okay, then we can put Scamp in before Secret Agent. And then Science Comics. Before Secret Agent. And then both of these I think I have more sea devils than this. I know I've got more sea devils than just these two. But I don't know. Here's Secret Romance. We go after Secret Agent. Then here's some more Sergeant Fury comics. Here's number 11. That's a pretty early one. I have number 3, number 4, and then 11 would go after that. This is a replica from J.C. Penney catalog. They sold replicas of old comics. The thing about it is the ads in here are modern 1990s ads, so that's how you can kind of tell. 27. The origin of Fury's eye patch. You mean he didn't have his eyes scratched by an alien cat in a Captain Marvel movie? You mean he lost his eye in combat? Wow. 35. I need to run down to the 6th floor here in a moment to check on things, but I'll be right back. Here's 38. Yeah, 38. Airborne cover. 38. Okay. Oh, here's a Milton Knight comic. Slug and Ginger. You're asking about original art. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see about getting some original art from Milton Knight. I'll figure out a way to save some money at some point. What do I have here? This stuff is not from the right time period to go in these boxes. Hold on, let me get the light adjusted. Crap. It's freaking hot here in okay, wonderful. We got a little bit more light now. I can show you some more comics. Let me. I will go down and I need to check on my wife, see how things are going. There's my walkie-talkie. Here it is. I always call this my walkie-talkie because Beetlejuice on the Howard Stern show used to call this a walkie-talkie, and I thought that's brilliant to call your cell phone a walkie-talkie. I must do that. So I've always made it a point to do that. Let me go downstairs for a second. scared of me, Alan. Alan the cat is, he's a scaredy cat. That's why they call them scaredy cats, right? 5:01, we're about to eat breakfast. She's cooking some chicken. We got Big Brother tonight. We still haven't watched last night's episode of Big Brother. We got to watch that. And then we can watch tonight's exciting eviction episode. We have 9 human beings watching. If anyone would like to come on as a surprise guest, I'll put the link shit in the shit chat. So if you want to come on and shoot the shit here in the shit room of the Gratu Orloff International Building of Shit, floor 7, room 2 of the Gratu Orloff International Building of Shit. Shit. And you can have it all. My empire of shit. Shit. Oh, shit. Okay, shit, motherfucker. Oh, there they are. But do you have a copy of Michelle Bachmann, Decision 2012? I've never seen another copy of this. Look at the hero, Michelle Bachmann. Yeah. You ever seen a Michelle Bachmann comic book? Seriously. This is Michelle Bachmann. And here's Sword of the Atom. How do we make that comic, the Atom, sell? Well, we could get Gil Kane to draw it, and we could make him into Conan the Barbarian. Oh, a shrinking barbarian. Brilliant. It's actually kind of fucking cool. I mean, look at this yellow girl. How can you not like Gil Kane? Philistines. Yeah, I know he shows up people's noses a lot. Oh, here's more Gil Kane. Superman meeting Kamandi, the last boy on Earth. Look at that. Whipping up on the Tiger Men. And if that's not good enough, the Kool-Aid Man video game from Mattel Electronics. Look at those graphics. Let's see what's going on here in the chat. Sorry, I'm not really here right now. Okay. I love Boris the Bear. It's one of my favorite comics. I'd show it to you now in Gratu's show if I didn't have to go and eat. Hold on. Then that was a great question, though, and I'd love to show my Boris the Bear comics again. Movie World says, Tom. What? Oh. What? My computer is going crazy. I'm frozen on the screen. Am I frozen to you guys? Oh my gosh, what's happening on my computer? Oh my gosh, something horrible is happening. Please stand by, ladies and gentlemen. We're having problems here on the Gratu Orloff network. Okay, looks like we're back to normal. Let's see what's happening here. That was a great question, though, and I'd love to show my Boris the Bear comics again. Tom Gratu said that you have already shown it. Tom says, I did, but I'd like to show it again with my better webcam quality now that he has HD 4K computerized phone camera. This is, there was a rip-off comic company that was really quite wonderful called Atlas Seaboard, that Martin Goodman formed with Stan Lee's brother to imitate Marvel and run their sales into the ground out of vengeance. Well, there was a character created called Demon Hunter, right? And so, but the one of the things about Atlas Seaboard is they let the creators own their characters. So this is the character from Atlas Seaboard brought over to Marvel. Now he's called Double Slayer in Marvel Team Up 111. What else we got here, man? Oh, I showed you this Beetle Bailey already. This is something I got at Duncanville Books that time when I was coming back from the cemetery. Ben Bowie and his Mountain Men. I showed all this. Classics Illustrated Frankenstein. Yeah, you saw that. Dennis the Menace Christmas specials. Need to go in the Christmas box into the room. Okay. Here's another issue of Sword of the Atom, issue 4. Brilliant cover. Put that with the Atom comics. And these will go in the the Bronze Age boxes in the other room once they're bagged and boarded, ladies and gentlemen. You ever seen a Wolverine Max? This is where they can show more blood and they can show Wolverine naked, which is what everyone wants to see, right? I guess. See, it's Wolverine, but see, they got him in bed with a girl, so it's mature, so it's adults, because that's, a very mature thing to show in a comic book aimed at kids. But, and there's blood too. Wow, look at the blood, because it's Max. Well, they used to ship comics. When you subscribed, they would fold them, and mail them to you. And so that's why you have subscription folds. But I guess by the 80s or 90s, they must have shipped them flat. Because I found this is just being used as a divider. But it's they must have bagged the comic and then they sent it to you with this card. It tells you what to do if you're moving, but it's this comic was sent to Es La Ba, 1476 Lincoln Road in Yuba City, California. So, how about that? You don't see that every day, do you? Here's a comic I got for nothing. Fantastic Four number 357, not really my era. They've got a little insert in here on slick paper, kind of like the old Mark Jewelers inserts, but it's got X-Men action figures. Remember when action figures look like that? And then it's like some ad for something stupid looking in the 80s looking, and Club Bow. And some ad for probably some Alcoholics Anonymous thing or something. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know. This is like when they're having their anniversary or something. You always pick up Warlord when it's, you find these in the dollar bin, and usually Warlord is wonderful because Mike Grell drew it, but this is not drawn by Mike Grell. Oh, Batman Returns is coming out June 19th. That kind of gives you an idea where this came out in history. Oh, look at this. Speaking of Mark Jewelers variants, I don't know if you can see it, but right next to between the 3 and the 5, there is a little purple star. And when you bought a comic at the Armed Services store, which was called the PX or Base Exchange, on every military base, there's a big store called the PX, and it's kind of like a big giant Target. It's not like a Walmart. It's a nicer. The PX is, you don't look up and see the rafters, and they're nicer stores. It's more like a Sears or something. You have clothing. You have everything you could possibly need to buy. And sometimes, people are stationed overseas and military bases in Germany or wherever, and that may be the only store they have to shop at where, they can understand people, speaking English, and they had magazines. But I'm just going by my memory of the 70s. My dad was in the Army. So we'd go to the PX, and then we'd go to the commissary, which was a big grocery store where everything was super cheap. And you don't pay tax at military bases, but they would stamp your comic to show that you bought it, or I don't know what the point was. But if you see that stamp, there's a good chance that there's going to, they didn't have it every month, but they had these Mark Jewelers ads inserted in them. And some people really covet them, and they'll pay extra money for a comic that has a Mark Jewelers variant insert. So it has this is the Mark Jewelers, it may not matter to you at all, in which case, who cares? But I guess since there's fewer of them, but since people think that's cool, why won't people in the future think Free Comic Book Day books that are stamped by a store are cool? I think they will. Anyway. So, yeah. Yeah. That's what they look like. Here's another one with a Mark Jewelers. Yeah. Avengers 187. That was it. Look at the Shogun Warriors ad. This is I was thinking Mark Jewelers would be another good name, like Rusty Staples. Yeah, we got to remember him. There was Rusty Staples. Okay, Mark Jewelers is a good one. What are some other good names? There was several others. I got to write these things down, man, because this is Avengers 189. It also has a Mark Jewelers thing in it. And I guess Hawkeye shit's going to go up now, according to Key Collector app, because there's a TV show. How exciting. There's Avengers 200. Got to get these filed. I don't think you can do these stereotypes much anymore. The Yellow Claw. I don't think that flies too well anymore. Here's that scene you might remember from. Didn't they do that in the Captain America Civil War? This is the issue 223 where that first appeared. This is Conan the Barbarian 250. And it's kind of cool. It's a real thick issue. And it's got an insert in it, but I don't know. I don't think this is a rare. This is a big, thick insert that must be in all of them with Marvel stuff. And I don't think this is a rare thing. I think this was in every issue with the baseball, basketball cards, whatever, and Dungeons and Dragons crap. Page brittleness. Yeah. Yeah. It always said AAFES. I guess that's Army Air Force Exchange System, maybe service. I don't know. Yeah, I remember seeing that on all the. Yeah. Here's another Sad Sack Laugh special. Let's get this with the other sad sack life specials, shall we? And we're laughing here because what's happening? He's rolling down rocks with tires around him. That's why we're laughing hysterically today at Sad Sack. This is number 32, and that's number 10, and that's number 34. Okay. Oh, this one's 27. Okay. They're singing, but they're crushing Sad Sack, and he seems to be expelling his soul or his last breath, possibly. So that's pretty funny. So let's see, 10, 27. Okay. Sad Sack's Army Life, number 27. That's funny because his skull is being pierced by metal. Oh, it's the other sword of the atom, number 1. He's riding a frog. Get that. The others. My wife's making chicken downstairs. It's going to be delicious. I think I already told you that. Meyer says service, I think. I need to ask Tom Smith before Saturday the names of the very best of these humor magazines, because then we can suggest it to Guandanaland on Saturday. We got to think. I mean, I'm seeing they have more than just the first 20 issues of Famous Monsters. They've got that Charlton Horror Monster magazine. Is Guandanaland has that out, and this other. There's a bunch of monster magazines from the 60s that I've never seen that are out, and all that stuff. This is really not my era, and this is probably terrible, but, you know, it's got Kang in it, so it's got to be valuable, right? Oh, more Sad Sack. Okay, he's falling off a ladder, and the paint is falling on the sergeant. Issue, what is that? Is it 53? Apparently. Sad Sack Life Special. I got to set this room up for, now that I'm interviewing celebrities, I got to figure out a way to put on tome after tome. Yes. 35. Okay, they're hitting him on the head with a bottle. That's funny. Funny. I'm glad they tell us that it's funny in the title, so we know. It's like the laugh tracks in a sitcom always let you know when to laugh, and that's very helpful when it's not funny. But I'm not saying Sad Sack isn't funny. There's a lot of sitcoms on it. It's Spider-Man teaming up with the Ghost Rider, which he did in my very first Spider-Man comic, because I got a Marvel team up. I got this one when it came out, but the one in second grade that I got, where he's like, you're like on top of the Brooklyn Bridge, you're still way up high, and maybe that was Werewolf by Night. I don't know. I think it might have been Werewolf by Night. Yeah, that was my first Spider-Man comic. Spider-Man was fighting Werewolf by Night. I think so. This comic is like worthless, but it's got all kinds of pin-up pictures and all the villains and stuff, because it's their big, I don't know, 30th anniversary. But I think it's during that era where Human Torch is dating Alicia. Okay. Here's another last special. Oh, a clock is falling on the head of the sergeant. But these people are very deformed looking. This is number 48. This box is starting to get a little tight now. Oh, Zedsack last special number 30. I love that beautiful blue cover. And this is Navy Gobs and Gals. What do they mean, Gobs and Gals? So yeah, he's looking at these ladies here who look completely identical, much like Betty and Veronica. Okay, so actually this needs to go in the Bronze Age. That is a 20 center. And this is 60s, even though it says 25 cents, it's because it's a giant sized issue. And this is 30. Man, it just, there used to be so many Harvey comics. I just don't know where they went because they printed them. There were so many. And it's like now you very, very rarely see them. Ooh. What? Oh, I see what we got here. I see. Oh, this started to do a number on my neck. Where did those Mighty Samsons go? Oh, they would go in this box. So that's box 7. Is there a marker around here? So this needs to be box 7.5 of Silver Age. That's all Silver Age. I mean, that's all Bronze Age. Water. Okay. This is saying Chip Spine. Yeah, that's a good name. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, these are all Mighty Samsons. Oh, wow, look at all this stuff. Cool. How will I do this? I love when I have the halo. Isn't that great? Look at that. Damn, my hair's starting to look like Gumby. Mighty Samson. Mighty Samson. I showed you these all already. I got them in the $2 bin at Duncanville Books, so they're not in good condition. There's 2 copies of this one, but it's just that there's so many of them that, and there were so many of multiple copies of the same issue in that bin. It just struck me as odd. Like this really cool cover with the dragon. I'm not someone that normally buys multiple copies, but when they're in the $2 bin and they look, this cool, well, that one's got a piece out of it. That's not a good example, but anyway, I went ahead and got them all back about a month or 2 ago. I'm about ready to collapse from hunger. Mighty Samson. Okay, we're down to 5 viewers. That's probably a subtle hint that we're getting boring here on the Gratu Orloff Network. People are probably eating dinner. But tomorrow, about this time, there'll be some cool stuff going on, starting at 4 o'clock Central Time. We'll have Milton Knight in here. He's got, I'm sure, all kinds of stories, and we'll be talking about influences and music, probably a lot of things that maybe most interviewers don't talk to him about. You ought to check out his Facebook page because he's got some really cool playlists, and he seems like he's adding to his playlist. He's adding music to his playlist like all the time, and it's really neat. Wow. Let's see what this show's looking like on YouTube. We got 9 likes. We got 5 people watching it. Wow. 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 Likes. We got 5 people watching it. Yeah, let's take a look. See what it looks like on there. Yeah, let's take a look. See what it looks like on there. Yeah, let's take a look. See what it looks like on there. Yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, let's take a look on there. See what it looks like. Let's take a look. Yeah, let's take a look on there. See what it looks like. Let's take a look. Yeah, let's take a look. so many songs about rainbows and what's on the other side. Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. Rainbows got nothing to hide. So they may say, some choose to believe it. Someday they'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Hey, little buddy. Well, here I am in my tubby again, and the tubby's all filled with nice water and fluffy suds. I got my soap and my washcloth to wash myself, and I got a nice fluffy towel to wash myself off when I'm done. But there's one other thing that makes tubby time the very best time of the whole day, and you know what that is? It's my very favorite little friend, my very favorite little pal. Oh, rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time lots of fun. Rubber ducky, you're my very best friend, it's true. Bo-do-do-de-o, every day when I take myself to the tubby, I find out little fellas, short and yellow and chubby, rubber-dub-dubby. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, Jim Henson. All right, so that was the entertainment portion of tonight's episode, because everyone demands a musical number in each episode. So, I have nothing else to say to you. Good day, gentlemen. Be seeing you. End broadcast.